Have you ever wondered what secrets lie frozen deep within our planet? Buried under miles of ancient ice, time itself is held captive. We often think of ice as something still, silent and unchanging, a vast white desert at the top and bottom of our world. But the Earth is a dynamic planet, a living world, and even its most frozen landscapes are beginning to stir. What if the melting ice could release more than just water? What if it could unleash ghosts from a past so distant, our modern world has no memory of them? Something is waking up in the Siberian permafrost. It has scientists holding their breath, peering into microscopes with awe and concern. Imagine a time capsule of ice and frozen soil. This is the permafrost, frozen for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of years. A perfect preservation chamber. It holds the remains of woolly mammoths. It holds ancient plants. It holds pollen from forests that vanished long ago. But it also holds something else, something invisible to the naked eye. Microscopic life forms, bacteria, viruses, trapped in the ice since the last ice age. So what exactly are these things? Scientists have nicknamed them zombie viruses. It's a dramatic name, but it's fitting. Like the zombies of fiction, they are creatures that should be dead, but are not. They were frozen in time, biologically inactive for millennia. But when they are warmed up in a petri dish in a lab, they can become active again. They can start replicating infecting cells, behaving just like a modern virus. The official name for one of these is Pythovirus sibericum. It's a giant among viruses, visible under a light microscope, unlike typical viruses that need electron microscopes. Not your everyday flu viruses. Structurally more complex than many modern viruses we know. They infect amoebas, single-celled organisms, not humans. That's the good news for now. Their existence proves a critical point. The permafrost is a viable storage unit for ancient infectious agents. A virus can survive tens of thousands of years frozen. Why is this happening now? Why are these ancient secrets coming to light after all this time? The answer lies in a single powerful force that is reshaping our planet: climate change. The Arctic is warming at a rate 2 to 3 times faster than the rest of the world. This rapid warming is causing the permafrost, the permanently frozen ground, to melt. For thousands of years, this ground has been a solid, impenetrable layer of ice and soil. It acted like a giant freezer, locking away ancient organic matter, including these dormant viruses. But now that freezer door is being left open. The scale of this thaw is immense. It covers nearly a quarter of the northern hemisphere. As temperatures rise, the permafrost is no longer permanent. It's softening, it's collapsing, it's releasing what it has held for so long. This isn't a slow, gentle process. In some places, the ground is slumping, creating massive craters, thermokarsts. These craters expose deep, ancient layers to air and sun for the first time in millennia. Like an archaeological dig conducted by the climate, unearthing biological artifacts. This process creates a dangerous feedback loop. As permafrost thaws, the ancient plants begin to decay, and the ancient animals begin to decay. The viruses found so far only infect amoebas. That's a relief. But it's also what makes this a warning, not a catastrophe. Yet. The discovery is like finding a single unlit match next to a giant stockpile of gunpowder. It proves the gunpowder is there. Scientists say these giant viruses are just the tip of the iceberg, permafrost core samples and ice layers. If amoeba viruses can survive 50,000 years, then viruses that infect complex life could be preserved too. Think about the Pleistocene world: woolly mammoths, saber-toothed cats, Neanderthals, Denisovans. Their animals and hominins had viruses. Some may have driven extinctions. What if a Neanderthal-killing virus could also kill modern humans? We're genetically similar enough. We have no immunity, no immune memory. Consider a completely novel pathogen. Our medicine is built on known families: flu, measles, coronaviruses. An ancient virus might have a totally different structure or genetics. Let's bring this down to earth. How could a virus frozen in Siberia possibly affect someone living in New York, Tokyo, Lagos? The world is more connected than ever before. A pathogen released in a remote corner of the Arctic doesn't stay there. A pathogen released in a remote corner of the Arctic doesn't stay there. Thawing permafrost releases its contents into rivers that flow into the Arctic Ocean. Ocean currents can then carry them around the globe. Migratory birds can contact contaminated water or soil and carry microbes thousands of miles away. The modern world has built highways for pathogens that the ancient world never had. The immediate risk is to the people living and working in the Arctic. As the ice melts, new opportunities for mining oil drilling shipping are opening up. More people are moving into these previously inaccessible regions. These individuals would be the first to come into contact with any emerging ancient pathogens. They would be ground zero. A local outbreak in a remote Siberian mining town could quickly spread. An infected worker could board a plane. So how prepared are we for such a threat? Our global public health system can be thought of as a kind of planetary immune system. It's made up of organizations like the World Health Organization, national agencies such as the CDC, and a network of labs and hospitals. Its job is to detect, identify, and respond to disease outbreaks. When it works well, it can contain a threat before it becomes a pandemic. But honestly, this system is already under immense strain from the diseases we already know about. The challenge with a permafrost pathogen is, well, the element of surprise. Our planetary immune system works best when it recognizes an enemy. For example, when a new strain of influenza appears, scientists can quickly identify it as a flu virus. They know which family it belongs to and can adapt existing vaccines, antiviral drugs. This gives us a fighting chance. But an ancient virus could be a complete unknown. It would be like our immune system encountering an alien invader. The first step, identification, could take precious weeks or even months, during which the virus could spread unchecked across our hyper-connected world. Furthermore, our global surveillance systems are not designed for this specific threat. We have networks to monitor flu in pigs' birds, but we do not have a robust large-scale system for systematically sampling the Arctic permafrost for ancient pathogens. In the face of this daunting possibility, who are the heroes? They are the scientists working on the front lines of this new field of research. Virologists, microbiologists, climate scientists are teaming up to become planetary detectives. Their mission is to understand what is buried in the permafrost before it emerges on its own. They are leading expeditions to some of the most remote parts of Siberia, Greenland, the Canadian Arctic. They drill deep into the frozen earth to extract ice cores, which are kind of like frozen historical records, capturing layers of time. Back in highly secure laboratories, these scientists are performing a sort of microbial archaeology. They carefully thaw the core samples in contained environments. They use advanced genetic sequencing techniques to identify the DNA and RNA of all the microbes present in the ice. This allows them to create a catalog of the ancient life forms, a library of the frozen microbiome. The story of the zombie viruses is more than just a scary tale about ancient plagues. It is a powerful and urgent metaphor for our relationship with the planet. The permafrost is not the only system we are pushing past its breaking point. For generations, we have treated the Earth as if it were an infinite resource, a passive backdrop for human activity. We have pumped carbon into its atmosphere, polluted its oceans, cleared its forests, believing that the planet would simply absorb the impact. But the Earth is a complex, interconnected system, and systems have tipping points. The thawing permafrost is a clear sign that we are crossing one of those tipping points. It is a physical manifestation of a problem we have created. The ancient viruses are a symptom of a much larger disease, a planetary fever brought on by our own actions. In the same way, we are seeing other unexpected consequences of climate change. We are seeing more extreme weather events, hurricanes, wildfires. We are seeing coral reefs bleaching and dying. These are all warnings, like the zombie viruses, that we are destabilizing the life support systems of our only home. This discovery forces us to think on a different timescale. When we look up at the night sky, we see billions of stars and galaxies. We are adrift in a vast dark ocean, and on this one small blue dot, life emerged. Conscious life. Life that can study itself, life that can understand its past, life that can contemplate its future. From a cosmic perspective, the emergence of a technological civilization like ours is an astonishingly rare and precious event. We have been given the gift of awareness, and with that gift comes a profound responsibility to preserve the conditions that allow us to exist. The discovery of ancient viruses in the permafrost is not a reason for panic, but a reason for sober reflection and determined action. It is a test of our intelligence as a species. Can we understand the warning signs the planet is giving us? Can we look beyond our immediate short-term interests and work together to protect our shared future? Can we use our scientific knowledge not just to uncover new threats but to find solutions? The challenge is not just technological, it is a challenge to our wisdom and our capacity for foresight. What can you do? This problem may seem vast and overwhelming, but we are not powerless. It begins with curiosity. The choices we make now will determine what comes next.